Welcome to Gaming Top Down. Today we're going to be unboxing Deep Regrets, an unfortunate fishing game, as well as the Kickstarter mini expansion, Lamentable Tentacles. I usually have the game out of its wrapping, but just wanted to give it a shout out. It came in this cool kind of old-fashioned paper instead of just traditional shrink wrap. So very cool. Let's go down to the table. We'll tear this off. Might be a little loud in the mic, but then we'll see what's inside this box. Okay, down here at the table, let's just take a quick look at this paper. Has some very cool old-fashioned kind of newsprint around it with some creepy looking creatures, kind of wet watermark looking stuff. I like whatever that octopus squid looking thing is. But let's take it off, see what the game looks like inside. I'm gonna try not to rip it, but I don't know, that might be easier said than done. If we do, it's okay. Ugh. Oh, and I did tear it just a little bit over here. Come on, glue or something. This was not pretty, but there we go. Yeah, it's torn at this point. We're just gonna go for it. There we go. Well, some of it's intact if wanted to use that for something. Again, very cool. Sorry, that was probably loud in the mic, but now it's gone. And here is the game. This is the back of the box. It is cool. They focused on not using plastic in this game with the ocean theme. I think that was a cool and touch to make the game a bit more friendly to our planet. Here's the cover. This game was designed and illustrated by Judson Cohen of TEDx Games. Plays in 30 minutes per player and has this very cool kind of creepy dredge inspired artwork. So let's open this bad boy up. All right. Oh, we got to look at that. First off, inside the cover, some more just very cool art. Love that. All right. First up is the Angler's Guide, the rulebook. It's pretty hefty, so we'll flip through these pages pretty fast. And I think I'll actually zoom in here real quick so that you can see them a little bit closer. I'll flip through these pretty quickly. Contents, overview, player setup, port setup, sea setup, how to play, sea actions, anatomy of the fish, different kinds of fish, abilities, port actions, regrets, madness and the effects of madness, and then the end, and then the solo mode over here, ocean survey, and I guess you can do it cooperative as well, and the appendix. Cool. I do like that the back of the rulebook has some definitions for keywords and some icons. Love that. All right, cool looking rulebook. I do love, again, the art is just so cool. Okay, got a madness board, and you flip it over and use this side when you're playing the solo mode, the ocean survey mode. So here is that side. Then you usually be playing on this side, and I think you place your piece up here in order to denote how mad you have become and what kind of modifiers that gives to your dice and the values of things. If you're super mad, you get a discounted port, but you're going crazy. So there's that. Got some more rulebook stuff. Oh no, this is just a pad for the solo mode, the ocean survey mode. I think you're trying to catch and use catch all the different kinds of fish and use different kinds of equipment, and you note the fish that you've caught over here. I'm guessing the back of this has the middle and large fish. So there are quite a few. There's quite a few sheets on there. I would say there's probably 20 or 30 on there. So you could play that quite a bit. And I think you only use one sheet for multiple sessions as you continue to fill out this recording of the fish that you've caught. So there is that one as well. Okay, then we have a couple of boards. Let's push this off to the side for a second. We have a port board, just black on the back, has the port actions on it. Keep track of the day of the week, and just all of the actions that you can do at port. Slide you up just a little bit so that we can see the ocean board. There are different fish cards that will go on these spots, matching the different depths. The farther down you are fishing, the crazier stuff I think you can catch. Again, very, very cool artwork on this game. Love how those boards look. Okay, little bag here. I'm not sure if dice or some other kind of token go in there, but nice looking bag. Here are the 5 different player boards, and they are double-sided. I'm not sure if you choose a side. Do they look the same other than the picture? They kind of do. I don't think that you flip them over during the game, but maybe you do as you become more mad. So you would go from Alba to Balb, from Hugo to Hogu. It's funny. Isla to Ela, funny as well. Bert to Burp, and Fred to Fraud. Those are very cool player boards. Love those. All right, I'm gonna slide the box back over here, and let's look at the rest of this stuff. So there's a bunch of cards. I don't know if they're going to fit in those wells. Well, they probably will, actually. Let's look at the cards last. And then there's a few bags here full of tokens and a coin, I think, and dice. So let's look at those. Okay. This one first, we have really big screen printed on both sides tokens, and those are very big and chunky. I'm guessing one of them is a first player token. One of them, I feel like there is a special action you can take with this life preserver in order to get this -2 modifier. I can't remember if it's on a fishing action or on a port action. I'll have to reread the rule book. Yeah, very cool. Big tokens there. Just going to slide those back in there for a minute. And then this, well, yeah, let's do this bag first. Okay, here is each player color. Got kind of this navy blue, their boat, and their madness tracker. Green, very glad they have a green in this game with their boat and madness tracker. I'm going to put those to the side now. Got teal, or turquoise, kind of a dirty orange, and a light red as well. Very cool pieces, and then a bag full of lots of dice. I like that these dice look like, what are they called? Like lures, the bobbers that you put on a fishing pole. I haven't fished in quite a while, but I do enjoy fishing from time to time. Those are very cool looking. There's different like denominations of dice, different colors and values on them. Guessing you use them in different scenarios, but they are all these 4-sided dice, which again, kind of fits the vibe, and they look very cool. Let me see if there's any other unique ones in here, but I think that we saw all of them. Different ones, just barely. Oh no, there's one more at least. Come on. There we go. Okay, here's all the dice. And I think the only other unique one we haven't seen is this red one, which I believe is the Madness die. And it has a number of eyes on each side, which probably relates to how much you move up on that Regret and Madness track. So there is that. Lots of cool dice. Okay, and last step before we look at the cards is this metal coin. Here we go. Okay. It's got heads and tails. The cool fish. Well, kind of creepy looking fish head on the head side. And half a fish on the tail side. It's nice. I like the color they chose. It's less like gold than most. Looks like it's almost covered in moss. Or has been. So, like that as well. Cool coin. Alright, last up, let's just quickly go through these stacks of cards. And then we'll wrap this up. Quite a few cards in here, actually. So this might take a minute. Oh, and I guess there is one little punch board here, which is each player has a little token to keep track of. I wonder what they'll keep track of on their player board. It's probably for here, for how much money you have during the game. You probably just put it right around the value, would be my guess. So there's those as well. Okay, and then the cards. Some of these fish cards would probably be fun not to reveal, but so I will probably not even look. I'll close my eyes at the end and flip through some of those. I don't know. I think people would like to see the cool artwork. And let's see what these cards are here. So there is a bunch of these black ones and these green ones. Let's see what the names of these cards are, just so I know. Okay. We have regret cards first. Let's zoom in again and we'll flip through those real fast. Again, I'm not going to read them or even look at them very long. If you want to see them in more detail, then you can pause as I'm going through. These ones looks like they're just a different value for how much regret you took. You probably have to draw one of these cards off the top of the regret deck. And I think there is a little bit of that. You're hiding how many regrets you have, and whoever has the most at the end, I think, has to lose their most valuable catch. So I don't know if there is a unique little sentence on the bottom here, but I don't know if even seeing that is incredibly helpful here. But hey, we're already half the way through, so let's just finish it out. Gambled my children's inheritance away. That's pretty funny. And it looks like they go up to 3. So you can get lucky with a 0, or was there a 0? I think there were some zeros. Yeah. And then all the way to a 3. Summoned an ancient evil. Partook of human flesh. Oh man. I like the tongue-in-cheek kind of vibe that this game has for creepiness, where it's like halfway cute and comical art, but at the same time, like, hey, somebody's going incredibly mad with some of these regrets they've taken. Okay, these are called Dink cards. Here they are. Toe. Oh, man. And, of course, a finger, an ear. I would be very freaked out if I found an ear when I was fishing, or a doll head, to be honest. These cards are pretty nice quality. They feel thick. Odd ring. And a syringe. Okay, there's the dink cards. And then, let's see. Let's pull these cards out of these packs here so that I can get them in the correct stacks at least. Here's depth 3, depth 2, more 3s. These must have slid out a little bit in transit, which is okay. All right, and then these are probably, look at those first. Monstrous regret. Don't want those. Okay, I think we're just about there. These have got to be, we're the level 1. Oh, I've got another stack of cards over here. I was like, what? Missing cards. What are these called? Cans of... Okay, rods. Here we go. Rods. These are like player aids or something. Can of worms. And on the other side, it's if you've spent your can of worms. Peek at a fish, put it back on top or bottom of the shoal. And when you get back to port, you're able to refill your can of worms. So that must be a card every player gets, probably at the start of the game. And then same with this one, I'm guessing. On one side, it goes through your, yeah, there's a player aid. The steps to fish, cast, trigger, pay, catch, or dink. And kind of the distribution of the sea life. And then you probably get one of these as well. Icons in the game, and what they mean. And this side is, oh, it's just more icons. So, player aids, love those. All right, let's pull these out real quick, and then we'll flip through each of these decks really quickly. Okay. Depth 2 and depth 1. Okay, that makes more sense. I was going to say, we're missing a lot of cards. Okay, we'll save the fish for last. Here's the monstrous regret card. I think you have your lifeboat, and at some point you can flip it over to make port from sea, but it costs 10 regret at the end of the game, and that is much higher than the regret numbers in that deck that we just saw. So probably not something you want to do unless you have no other choice. Here are some supply cards, and it looks like there's more down here, actually. Reel, rod, supply. All right, here are the fishing rods. Lucky pole, rod of manchineal. And again, I'm just going to flip through these pretty quickly. If you want to pause and see every card in more detail, then feel free. All right, there's the rods and the reels. Reel of the Infinite. Reel of Fortune. Love that. Okay. And then these red supply cards. Absinthe. Pack of maggots. Jar of leeches. Mermaid eyes. Sea monkey's paw. It's funny. Okay. And then I think that just leaves these fish cards. So again, I'm just going to flip through them really quickly. I know some of the surprise in this game will be discovering these cards yourself. So if you don't want to see them, this might be a good point to jump out. And in fact, before we do those, let's look at this mini expansion box, just in case there are some that are not fish cards that people wouldn't mind as much having surprised, I would imagine. Okay, opening it from the bottom, like I've never opened something in my life. Okay, is that everything in there? Yes, it is. All right. Let's see, we've got biggest regret cards and an instruction manual for that. And then, okay, these are just more creepy fish to go in. So when we get to the, like the last 5 or 6 cards of each stack, you'll know they were the ones from the mini expansion. And the biggest regrets card is like a player objective. It looks like you deal 1 to each player at the start of the game. And an explanation of how the new fish work. It looks like you just shuffle them in with the fish from the base game. Yeah. Okay. And here are those, what are they called? Biggest regret cards. Lonely, curmudgeonly, neurotic, unambitious, sentimental, and back to lonely. Cool. All right. Well, let's get to these fish cards then so that we can wrap this up. I can pick this last card up. All right, here are the depth 1 fish cards. Let me scoot up a little bit so you can see that a little bit better. Okay, here we go. I think if they are surrounded in green, then they're like a weird one that might give you a regret or something for catching them. There's the foot. Wow. Hammerhead shark is cool. What the heck? It has legs. Very weird ones. Tiger shark. All right. And that was all of the depth 1 cards. Those last 6 had this tentacle icon on them. You can tell they're from the expansion. Okay, depth 2 cards. These are so crazy. Yeah, depth 2, there's definitely fewer normal ones. A lot more of them are green and crazy. Humpback whale card is cool. Great white shark. Vampire squid. Hollow earthworm. Crazy, crazy. Okay, and then the last stack here, the depth 3 fish. I don't know if I'd call most of these fish. The depth 3 abominations. Human. treasure chest. It's pretty cool. Whoa. I like the cards that kind of break the standard format and like use the entire card or have a different background. Very cool. All right. And that is, let me make sure I didn't forget anything, but I don't think that I did. Yeah, looks like that's everything. That's everything inside the box when you open Deep Regrets. Thanks so much for watching this unboxing here on Gaming Top Down. Let me know in the comments if you've played this one yet. I'm excited to try it. I hope that the gameplay can match the very cool like vibe and aesthetics of the game. It seems like it's not a very complex game, like medium light, but I think that also matches the vibe. So I'm hoping that I will enjoy it quite a bit. Thanks again, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for watching this video. As most of you know, Gaming Top Down is an independent endeavor. I don't accept money from publishers for previews or opinion-related content, but there are a few ways that you can support the channel and help me keep the lights on. Liking this video and subscribing to the channel helps me to grow. If you're thinking of getting a game that I covered in this video, please click the affiliate link in the description of this video. It helps to support me and doesn't add any cost to your purchase. I also do a weekly gaming podcast where I talk about the board games that I'm playing along with my brother. You can check that out on Apple's podcasts and on Spotify. And you can also get that podcast 3 days early over on our Patreon. You can follow the Patreon at patreon.com/supergamebrothers completely for free. But if you do support us over there, you get some extra perks like being able to write into the show, getting early access to the show, voting on the games that I'm going to cover and review, and lots of other fun stuff. Thanks so much for your support, for liking and commenting on my videos. You really are what helped keep the lights on for me. Thank you.